Hello students, myself R.K. Patel, PGT Biology, Kendriya Vidyalaya Maligaon. Students, till now you have studied about the inheritance of one genes and inheritance of two genes, that is monohybrid and dihybrid cross. I have told you that on the basis of inheritance of one genes, that is monohybrid cross, Mendel gave two laws of inheritance. One was the law of dominance and second was the law of segregation. And on the basis of dihybrid cross, Mendel gave his third law of inheritance, that is known as law of independent assortment. Let us know about the law of independent assortment. What is law of independent assortment? When two pairs of traits are combined in a hybrid. How they combined in a hybrid? When they are cross-fertilized. One pair of characters segregates independent of other pair of character. That means the inheritance of one pair of trait cannot affect the independent of other pair of trait. That means they both proceed inherited independently without affecting each other. Here you can take the example of round and yellow seeds crossed with wrinkled and green seeds. You have seen that in the F1 generation, all the plants were having round and yellow seeds. When the offspring of F1 generation were allowed to selfing, then in F2 generation, they were segregated independently without affecting the inheritance of other trait. In this case, there were four types of gametes, that is capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, and small r, small I. Each of these segregate independent of each other, each having a frequency of 25% of total gametes produced. So, students, next topic will be chromosomal theory of inheritance. What is chromosomal theory of inheritance? At that time, Mendel's discovery was not accepted by many of the scientists due to number of reasons. Here, rediscovery of Mendel's works remained unrecognized for several years because of the following reasons. Mendel died and he didn't know that his work was so great and was recognized in future. Why the Mendel's work was not recognized? It is always asked in CBSE board exam. There are several reasons due to which his work was not recognized. Among them, one was lack of communication and publicity. You know that the publication and publicity was not very easy process at that time. The work of any scientist was only published in some renowned magazines, and those renowned magazines published only work of famous scientists. Mendel was not so famous at that time, so his work could not be published in famous magazines. Second reason was his concept of factors, genes, a discrete unit that didn't blend with each other, was not accepted in the light of variation occurring continuously in nature. Variation was so frequently occurring in nature, so his concept about the factor was not accepted by many of the scientists. Third reason was Mendel's approach to explain biological phenomena with the help of mathematics was also not accepted. Many biologists of that time thought that there is no reason to apply mathematics in biology, so they didn't accept the Mendel works. But in 1990, three scientists named Hugo de Vries, Correns, and Van Sermaat, these three were scientists which rediscovered the Mendel works independently. They were working on different places. They were not working together. They were working at different places, but all the three scientists came arise on the same concept. So the Mendel works was recognized after rediscovery. On the basis of that rediscovery, new theories were given that is known as chromosomal theory of inheritance. Chromosomal theory of inheritance. What is chromosomal theory of inheritance? By 1900, due to the advancement in microscopy, chromosomes were also discovered. By 1900, chromosomes were discovered which were unknown at that time of Mendel's. Sutton and Boveri discovered that the behavior of chromosome was parallel to behavior of genes. Chromosome and genes both occur in pairs. They told that chromosome as well as genes, they always found in pairs, and genes are located on homologous site of homologous chromosome. Sutton and Boveri further purport that it is the pairing and separation of pair of chromosomes that ultimately leads to segregation of pair of factors they carry. On the basis of chromosomal theory, they were success to explain the segregation of factors, and they further told that union of knowledge of chromosomal segregation with Mendelian principle constitute chromosomal theory of inheritance. Both the knowledge will unite and a new theory was arise that is known as chromosomal theory of inheritance. You have seen that dihybrid cross of the Mendel, but in later cases There was a famous scientist, T.H. Morgan. He is also known as father of experimental genetics. This question is frequently asked in CBSE board exam. Who is the father of experimental genetics? So students, T.H. Morgan is known as the father of experimental genetics. He also performed dihybrid cross, but he performed this dihybrid cross on fruit fly. Fruit fly, that is Drosophila melanogaster. Drosophila melanogaster. But surprised, the result was not as in case of Mendel dihybrid cross. You have seen that in Mendel dihybrid cross, in F2 generation, there was the ratio of 9:3:3:1. But in case of dihybrid cross of Drosophila melanogaster, that is fruit fly, there were more parental combination and very less new combination. That means the genes were not segregated. The genes were not so much segregated. So why they were not segregated? This was the question at that time. And this was new concept, that is linkage. That means genes were unable to segregate. They inherited in linkage, in pair. So there were more parental combination. Why the Morgan word on Drosophila melanogaster, that is fruit fly? This is also asked in CBSE board exam. First, they were suitable to grow on synthetic medium in laboratory. It is very easy to grow fruit fly on synthetic medium. Second, their life cycle is complete in 2 weeks. Their life span is for 2 weeks. So Morgan can get many generations in very less time. Third reason was single mating produces many progeny flies. In a single mating, many progeny were produced, and there was clear cut differentiation between male and female flies. That means male and female can be easily identified on the basis of their morphological character. Morgan performed 2 types of dihybrid cross on the Drosophila melanogaster. Hereditary variation clearly visible with low power microscope. That was the another reason. Morgan's experiment, dihybrid cross. Let us come about the Morgan experiment. Dihybrid cross was carried on the fruit fly, yellow bodied, white eyed. That means yellow bodied, white eyed. And this fruit fly means the body was yellow and eyes were white. Were crossed with the brown bodied and red eyed males. Means female was yellow bodied and white eyed, and male was brown bodied and red eyed. F1 progeny was obtained which were intercrossed. When F1 progeny was obtained, further they were intercrossed. F2 progeny was obtained and F2 ratio was observed. But this ratio was not like the Mendel's dihybrid cross on garden pea. This deviated from 9:3:3:1. Here, the parental combination was more and new combination was very less. Explanation of deviation from Mendelian ratio. Morgan also explained why there is variation from the Mendelian ratio. Genes involved are located on X chromosome. When two genes are located on the same chromosome, the proportion of parental gene combination were much higher than those of non-parental. Suppose this is the chromosome and two genes, that is one gene for yellow body or white body and other gene for eye color, that is white eye color or red eye color. If these both the genes were present on the same chromosome, then they were failed to segregate and the Mendelian ratio was not achieved, and this concept was recognized as linkage. What is linkage? Physical association of genes on a chromosome. This is known as linkage. Recombination. What is recombination? Non-parental gene recombination. This is known as recombination. What do you mean by non-parental gene recombination? That means the genes of the male and female. That means here we know that the male and female were crossed, and if new traits were arise in the coming progeny, then this was known as recombination. Students, on the basis of these experiments, we can find two types of recombination. What were these two types of recombination? That is the low recombination cases and high recombination cases. Low recombination cases and high recombination cases. In case of low recombination cases, occurs when genes on the same chromosome are tightly linked. When the genes from the same chromosome, they are tightly linked, that means they are found nearby. Suppose this is the chromosome, and if these two genes are located very near to each other, they are unable to segregate during the spermatogenesis or oogenesis. Then in this case, low recombination will be possible. That means most of the cases will be of the parental type. Most of the progeny will be of parental type. In this case, Morgan found that only 1.3% were new communication, while all the rest were parental communication. And what is high recombination? When the genes are present on the same chromosome, but they are situated farther from one another. Suppose this is another chromosome, this gene is here and this gene is here, then there will be more probability to segregate and new communication will be more. Here 37.2% were recommunication, rather than in low recombination there was only 1.3%. So dear students, the concept should be clear about the linkage and recommunication. On the basis of these studies, Alfred Sturtevant utilized the knowledge of frequency of gene recombination as a measure of physical distance between two genes and they establish a relationship. That means linkage, you can formulate it. Linkage will be inversely proportional to the distance between the genes. When the distance will be more, they are likely going to segregate, but if the distance is very less, they are not going to segregate. So learn it. When there will be more linkage, when they are present on the same chromosome but they are related tightly, they are closely packed, then there will be no segregation and there will be more linkage. And when they are situated farther away from one another, then there will be more recombination. So students, on the basis of Morgan experiments, the chromosomal theory was accepted and new laws were postulated on the basis of these experiments. Let us come to know about sex determination on the chromosomal basis of inheritance. This becomes very clear to give the theory of sex determination. Henking discovered the genetic chromosomal basis of sex determination by working on insects. He worked on insects. He observed genetic specific nuclear structure during the spermatogenesis in insects. He named these structures X bodies. He observed that after spermatogenesis, 50% of sperm obtained these structure while 50% didn't. When he saw this under microscope, he found that the X body was present only in 50% of sperm and remaining 50% of sperm didn't contain the X body. And this X body was named chromosome in future. Later on, it was found that X body observed by Henking was actually a chromosome, and thus this chromosome was named X chromosome. X chromosome involved in sex determination are called sex chromosome, and this X chromosome, as it was involved in sex determination, and this X chromosome was further known as sex chromosome. Students, let us know about the sex determination. Sex determination may be chromosome basis on the chromosome. Sometimes it may also depend on the environment, and sometimes it also depend on the temperature when the embryo is developing. So first we know XO type sex determination. This is seen in insects. Here the male is heterogametic. In the case of male, there is only one X chromosome and other is absent. And in case of female, there are both the X chromosome. This is the female and this is the male. Here the male is heterogametic. Let us study by cross. Suppose this is the male where only one X chromosome is present and another is absent. You can say it X0 or XO, and in case of female it was XX. So see XX, again XX, again XO, again XO or X nil. 50% female and 50% male. So dear students, in the case of insects, male is heterogametic and female is homogametic. That means we can say that male is responsible for sex determination. The same case is in human being and Drosophila melanogaster. Here what happened? Male have XY chromosome and female XX chromosome. Let us see. This is the male and this is the female. XX chromosome. Female have XX chromosome and male have XY chromosome. Let us see by crossing them. XX and XY. Here the male is heterogametic and female is homogametic. That is, male is responsible for sex determination. Suppose this is XX female and XY male. Again here is XX, XX and XY and XY. This is again male is heterogametic, that is 50% offspring will be male and 50% will be female, and this is known as XY type of sex determination. In the board exam it is asked, give the example of XO type of determination. XO type of sex determination is found in insects and XY type of sex determination is found in the human being. In these both the cases, male is heterogametic and female is homogametic. That is, in both the cases, male is responsible for sex determination. Let us see another scenario. In case of bird, here female is heterogametic. That means there are two type gametes of in female and only one type of gamete is male. Here female is responsible for sex determination and this is known as XW type of sex determination, or here some other symbol is given ZW type of sex determination. ZW type of sex determination. Here I have told you that female is heterogametic. The female contains ZW X and male contains ZZ sperm. Female contains ZW, that is female is heterogametic and male is homogametic. Male has two Z chromosome but female have one Z chromosome and one W chromosome. Let us see by crossing. There is problem. Okay, this ZZ, this is male and ZW, this is female. ZZ, again ZZ, again ZW and ZW. That is 50% male and 50% female. This type of sex determination is found in birds. So in the next video I will teach you about some genetic disorder. Thank you and have a nice day.